Does your restaurant offer a breakfast menu served only in the morning or special dishes available exclusively in the evening? You no longer need to manually hide or activate products once their serving hours are over. With the time-scheduled products feature, you can automatically publish or hide your menus on the days and times you set. In this video, I'll walk you through the setup step by step. Let's jump in. Click on FoodOrd settings from the left dashboard menu and click the Timed Products. Once the page opens, click the Add New Timed Product Rule button to create a new rule. Here, you can enter any name you like to the rule you want to add. In this example, I will create some rules for the onion rings product. You can give it any name you prefer. Enter your desired rule name here. The Hidden by Default feature only works with the Set Visible rule and hides the product by default that you want to make visible. Hidden by Default does not work with rules created using Set Hidden. Let me briefly explain the Hidden by Default feature. If you want to make a product visible, it logically shouldn't be visible during normal times. This is exactly what the Hidden by Default feature does. If you want to make the onion rings product visible on day X, you can enable the Hidden by Default feature to keep it hidden outside of day X, creating your scheduled rules seamlessly. If you disable it, the product will always remain visible, and the Hidden by Default setting will no longer have any effect. Scrolling further down in the Order Mode field, you can specify which order mode this product applies to. You can create the rule for delivery and pickup, delivery only, or pickup only orders. As you can see here, the time zone is a field read from the clock settings within WordPress. To change the time settings, you need to adjust your WordPress settings. All right, let's scroll down. Let's move on to the Schedule Role section. Here we'll enter the rule type. So what exactly is a rule type? As you can see, within the rule type, there are 6 different options to choose from. The first one is On Date. This means the product you create will be hidden or visible on a specific date. For example, let's take onion rings. In this scenario, the onion rings product will be hidden only on the selected date. The rules are ready. Now all we need to do is find and select the onion rings product in the field at the bottom. So, what does this rule do now? The onion rings will be hidden on this selected date for delivery and pickup. Let's move on to the next option, Before Date. The Before Date option means that onion rings will be hidden before these specified dates. This is also a very simple setting. The next rule type is After Date. Again, let's use onion rings as our example. With this rule, the onion rings product will be hidden after the specified date. All right, next we have Date Range. The Date Range rule is used to make the onion rings product active or visible between 2 specific dates. For example, we can set the onion rings product to be active between the 28th and the 30th. The next rule type is Days of the Week. The onion rings product can be hidden or visible on specific days of the week and at specific times. For example, let's set it for Monday and Tuesday starting from 14 o'clock. It is now hidden after 14 o'clock on Mondays and Tuesdays. If you want it to be active for the entire day, simply leave this field empty. With the current rule, onion rings will be hidden all day on Mondays and Tuesdays. The next rule type is Time Range. The Time Range rule works every day of the week within a specific time window. This rule is based solely on time. For example, our onion rings product will be hidden every day between 13 o'clock and 16 o'clock. We've covered everything up to this point. Now let's take a look at the features in the Conditions tab. You select either Product or Product Category in this section. Here, you can choose whether the rule you create applies to products or product categories. Now, the rule will be applied to the pizza category. Let's switch it back to onion rings for now. Let's also set the category option back to products. In the Conditions section, you can configure your rules using either equal or is not equal. When you select is equal to, the schedule applies only to the specific products or categories you choose. When you select is not equal to, the rule applies to all products except the ones you selected. For example, to hide only the onion rings product, set it to product is equal to onion rings. To hide everything except the onion rings, simply choose product is not equal to onion rings. If you want, you can add different conditions and different variations for that product, as you can see. This one is the same. You can add different rule configurations for different products or categories. All right, that's everything. Save your changes and set your tools to the activate. That's how the timed product feature works. In this video, I showed you how FoodOrd Timed Products works. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to contact us at supportfoodord.com.